Hey guys, TheDigitalOptics here today, and I'm going to be doing a review on the Canon EOS Rebel T1i, or the Canon EOS 500D for you guys in the UK and other parts of Europe. So first I'm going to be doing the technical specifications, and then a little bit of the physical specifications, and I'm going to do a full like buttons and like other stuff like that part of the video after this. So to start off, it has a 15.1 megapixel sensor. It has a burst or continuous shooting mode, and it has 3.4 frames per second, and you can shoot up to 170 JPEG images like that continuously, or 9 RAW images. It has 1080p video at 20 frames per second, and you can also shoot at 720p at 30 frames per second. The ISO ranges from 100 all the way up to 12,800. It has a total of 9 autofocus points and a 95% viewfinder, which means that when you look through the viewfinder here, you can see 95% of what your picture will be. It can be a pain. I've never run into any trouble with it, but it could be a pain for other people. I don't know. Now for a little bit of the physical aspects. It has a EF, or it can mount EF or EFS lenses on it. There's the mount. Put the body cap back on. It has a 3-inch LCD monitor. It takes a LP E5 lithium ion battery. I'll just open the battery door for you. You can look at it. There's the battery. Put it back in, locks in place. And then it's without a battery. The weight's 480 grams. I'm not sure what it is with the battery. Probably around 500 grams maybe. This camera comes with the kit lens, the Canon kit lens. It's a EFS 18 to 55 millimeter lens. It's not the greatest lens, plastic mount, pretty plasticky body. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, it's not the greatest quality. I'll just mount it here. There, it's pretty decent for an entry-level DSLR. I don't know if I said that already, but it's I don't think Canon makes it anymore. It's pretty old. It's like, I think came out in 2009. But it's pretty, like, if you're looking for entry-level DSLR and you don't know much about photography like I didn't when I got it, I would definitely recommend this. It's a great camera. It's pretty sturdy. I guess you don't really need, doesn't matter about the lens quality and the build quality and stuff. If you don't smack your camera off walls and stuff. I treat my camera like a baby. But yeah, so I'll do the physical. That's what it's called. Physical. Alright. So we're going to do the physical aspects now. We'll start with the scroll wheel on the top right part of the camera. So there's the on switch right here on the side of the scroll wheel. For the mode dial, that's what it's called. There's a depth mode first. I'm not really sure what that is. I never use it, but I'm fairly sure it lets you set everything except for the shutter speed and aperture. And then there's M, which is manual mode. It lets you set everything. Like there's ISO. Oops. There's ISO, shutter speed, aperture, white balance, all that stuff. And then there's AV mode, which is basically aperture priority. This AV mode is basically aperture priority on the Nikon. It lets you set everything, and it auto sets the shutter speed. And then there's TV mode, which is the opposite of AV mode. It lets you set everything except the aperture. And then there's P mode, which is basically the same as A depth mode. And then there's creative auto mode, or CA. Oops, it popped the flash up. Which is basically a simpler version of letting you set all your, like, what you want. So there's like the background, instead of saying like aperture, it says like more blurry and more sharp, and then underneath it says exposure, which is the shutter speed, and then increasing and decreasing it makes the photo darker or brighter. And then there's also the the type of picture you want to take, and then the file, and then the like single shooting, continuous shooting, self-timer, stuff like that. And then there's the green square, which is fully automatic. It sets everything for you. Portrait mode, landscape mode, macro mode, sports mode, night photography mode, and no flash, which is basically auto except it doesn't pop a flash, and then movie mode, which is obviously for filming movies. So I'm just going to switch that off to save my battery. So there's the shutter button, obviously. There's this scroll wheel, which we'll incorporate later. The ISO button, which if you're taking a picture and you're looking through the viewfinder, you can hold that down and scroll. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. You can hold the ISO button down as well as scroll at the same time to adjust your ISO. That's basically it for the top. Alright, now we'll go to the back. We'll just switch this on so I can show you guys some stuff. There's these two buttons here, which let you, when you're viewing a picture, like we're viewing a video right now, but say we're viewing that picture, you can zoom in and zoom out with these buttons. And if you press them multiple times, you can view more pictures on your screen at once. And then you can just go back to view one. Switch it off. This button also lets you autofocus during videos. And then there's the D-pad, I guess you could call it, with the set button. Turn it on. I'll go into manual mode to show you guys. There. You can just click set and then select, say I want to change my aperture, and then use this scroll wheel up here, like I was explaining before, to, oops, I clicked this button, which is the autofocus button. You can just half click it, half click the shutter button to go back to the menu. Just scroll with this wheel to change any setting you want to change, I guess. Then there's the picture mode, the picture style. You can change, it just basically makes stuff more vibrant, more contrasty. I'm not going to go through all that. Half click the shutter button to get back. There's your white balance, which is basically like a different, I guess, shade, you could call it, for different lighting and stuff. And go back to the menu. There's the drive mode, which is single shooting, continuous, self-timer, and then, yep, self-timer, continuous. And then there's the autofocus, so you can just pick which type of autofocus you want. And then there's the delete button. This is the garbage can before. Say I'll just go to like a picture. I'll delete this one because it's black. You can just click the garbage can button, go over to erase, click set, and it'll erase the image for you. And then there's the AV button, which lets you adjust the aperture when you're looking. It's like the ISO button. When you're looking through here, you can hold this down, scroll, and it'll set the f-stop or aperture for you. And there's this button. It's got the camera, the red dot, and a SD card, I guess. It's just a live view button. It's a live view button. It lets you, sorry, can you focus? It lets you look through there, or it looks like a point and shoot instead of looking through the viewfinder. And then you can just click it again to go back to the menu. It also lets you start recording videos. And then up here, there's just the menu button. Brings you to the menu so you can set different like options, like you can set the beep on or off for autofocus, the review time, stuff like that. And then there's the display option, which when you're viewing a picture, if you click display, it lets you view different, like if you view this, there's different amounts of which color, there's exposure, which settings you used, the size of the picture, type of image, and that's pretty much it for the back part. For the side here, there's just this little flap you can open. There's the USB, which you plug a cord into there and you can plug it into your computer and USB port, HDMI out port, and a shutter release cable, so you can just plug a shutter release in there so you don't have to click this. On the other side, there's just the SD card door, just clicks closed. On this side, on the front, there's the lens release button. You can just close it and turn it left. It opens, just click it closed again. There's the flash button. You click it, flash pops up. You can take a picture, it flashes. There's the image stabilized on and off on the lens. Just basically turns off and on image stabilization. And then there's the manual autofocus. The manual focus and autofocus switch lets you switch between manual and autofocus, obviously. And then that's pretty much it. There's a battery door on the bottom, like I already explained before. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the physical aspects. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. See you guys later.